Hi everyone, welcome back and happy Monday. I'm going to do a quick review video for you for your quiz tomorrow. So today we're just going to be reviewing of all the different things we learned last week in order to be ready for our quiz tomorrow. So this page should look familiar here. This is the parts of a map, and we're just going to review the parts of the map again because this will be on your quiz tomorrow. So if we're looking at our picture here, I already have the first one completed for you. I'm going to change my color here. So my map title right here is Magic Forest. And that is the title of my map. Our title always is going to tell us the name of our map, and it gives us an idea of what we're going to be reading on that map. The next box is right here. Go ahead and try to quiz yourself. What is that arrow pointing to? What is that arrow pointing to? If you said compass rose, you would be correct. And this tells us the different directions that we have. So we have north, east, south, and west. And that again is our compass rose. It tells us what direction we are looking at. Next one here, this arrow. This one, remember we talked about, I think I actually gave you this answer last time. This is just our map. So it's going to tell us different area, or it's going to actually give us that picture of what we're looking at. So that is just going to be titled our map, and I will highlight that too. So that's talking about this box right here, which is our actual picture of the map. Let's look at our next one here. It's pointing to a small tree. Do you remember what that is called? This is called a symbol. Hopefully you got that one right. So just our little trees here, all over our map are the symbols right here. Our next one down here, do you remember what this is called? It's telling us how large an area actually is in miles. This is our scale. I'll color that in as well. So again, our scale is going to tell us how large an area is based on the size that it has given us here, which is miles, because we can't actually look at a map and see, oh, well, this whole map here is 50 miles. There's no way we could have a map that large. So we have to make it smaller. We scale it down is what we say. And then we use those little scales to show us, well, this area, let me get a different pen here. So we're saying anything within this area right here, that's 50 miles. So if I were to come to my map and draw it on here, that's saying that would be 50 miles right there. So that is our scale. And then our last one down here, do you remember what this is called? Key or legend. So our key or legend is going to tell us different parts of our map, things that are happening. In this case, it's telling us about the road, and it's telling us about a forest here. So it's going to give us more information about our map here that might not have fit in our title. So that is parts of our map review. If you are still confused on this, hit rewind, watch it again, because tomorrow on your quiz, you are going to have to tell me these different parts of the map. So make sure you really understand what's going on here. I also, in a previous lesson, talked about these different types of maps here. Our first one, we have a climate map. We also have a physical map, and our next right here. And our bottom one, we have a political map. This will also be on your quiz tomorrow, so you're going to want to make sure you know the difference between a climate map, a physical map, and a political map. So a great way to also prepare for this is you already completed this assignment. So go back in your Notability and see if you still have that assignment in Notability and take a look at what you wrote again. Remember, a climate map, our first one here, is going to tell us about the climate of an area. In this case, it was the amount of rainfall in Michigan over the course of a year. And we use all of our tools in our map, so our compass, our legend and our key, and our scale to help us understand what this map is showing us. So the darker areas mean that there is more rain. It again shows us how much rainfall we see in Michigan. So that is a climate map. You could also see that being done in snow, with snow or other parts of weather as well. Physical map, this is our example of a physical map here, and it's telling us the physical features of Michigan. So a physical feature, for example, is a lake here, and then also the river. If we had mountains in Michigan, that could be a physical feature. And you can notice that there's no roads, there's no city names on here because they really just want you to focus on those physical features of our map. So again, that is a physical map. Our last one here, this is an example of a population map. Oops, and I actually have the wrong title there. This is a population map, not a political map. This population map is going to show us the amount of people we have in a different area. I know we talked about this really dark red area down here. Do you remember what city that is? That's so large and has many, many people in Michigan. If you said Detroit, you would be right. This area right over here is Detroit, and that's why it's dark red, because that means it is heavily populated. It has the most people living in that area, where if we're looking up in the UP, there's not as many people in northern Michigan up here that there is down here. So our population map is going to tell us about how many people are in a certain area. Let's look at one more here. This was another page that you guys completed last week. So this page, oops, I'm going to erase that. This page again tells us or helps us find things by using grid coordinates. And I think we talked about this a lot in our videos. You always look at the side here for your numbers 1 through 10 and our letters at the bottom here. I'm going to use a different color actually. A through L. And then you can say a coordinate that can help you find a location. So let's look at A again. What is the grid coordinate of the swing set? Well, I'm going to come to my letters first. I always start with my letters. I'm going to come to my swing set and draw a line down. And that is telling me it's D. And then I'm going to come to my numbers and go this way. And that is telling me 10. So my answer here would be, I start with my letter D, comma, 10. Let's look at B. What is the grid coordinate of the fish pond? So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start with my letters first. I'm going to just come down right here, and that takes me to I. And then I'm going to go the other way, and that is going to take me to 2. So my answer there would be I, comma 2 would be the correct answer. You can also use this as a way to find something. So for example, on our page here, C says, what is in B5? So I'm going to look for B5. I'm going to start with, again, my pink highlight and finding B and going all the way up. So I know my item is going to be on this line here. So it's either going to be my slide or my picnic table. And then B5, so I'm looking for 5 now. I'm going to take my other highlight, go to 5, and go over until they cross each other. That is going to give me my picnic table, would be the answer to B5. Let's do one last one. So what is in H1? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start with H because I always start with my letters here. H, and I'm going to go all the way up. And now I'm looking for H1. So I'm going to find my numbers on the side. There's my 1. I'm going to go all the way over until my lines meet. And they met right here at my flowers would be the correct answer there. All right, I hope this review video was helpful to you. Please please go ahead and look on the next page to see your assignment following this. Have a great day and good luck on your quiz tomorrow.